Okay po, good morning grade 10. So this will be our last lesson na po for this grading period. And hopefully for this school year na po. So we will have lesson number 6, and that is about the factorial notation. So ano ba si factorial notation? Alam ko po, nakikita nyo to sa calcu nyo, pero hindi nyo alam kung paano siya gagamitin or kung ano yung function na ginagawa niya. Now, si factorial notation po, it is denoted by n factorial. Ito po. Yung, yung n na may exclamation point, hindi po siya galit na letter n. And some other calculators, ang nakalagay ay x factorial. So, ang tawag po doon sa question mark, sa exclamation point po na yan ay factorial. Okay? Now, hindi siya galit na letter n or galit na letter x ha. Hindi siya sumisigaw na letter n or sumisigaw na letter x. Okay? The factorial notation refers to the product of all integers less than or equal to n. So sabi niya, di ba si n factorial is equal to n times n minus 1 times n minus 2 times n minus 3 and so on and so forth hanggang makarating siya sa times 1. Now, si n factorial daw or si factorial notation, unang ginamit yung symbol na to ni si n factorial. It was first introduced by Christian Cramped, who is a French mathematician po noong 1808. So again, kapag sinabi natin factorial notation, i-multiply lang natin pababa yung lahat ng numbers hanggang makarating tayo kay times 1. Now, let's have examples para mas madali pong maintindihan. So, for example, number 1, nakalagay lang, solve 7 factorial. So, what is the value of 7 factorial? Diba, sabi kanina, it refers to the product of all numbers, of all integers, less than or equal to n. In our case, dito ka example number 1, ang n is 7. So that means, multiply lang natin mula 7 hanggang makarating kay 1. So si 7 factorial, hindi galit na number 7 yan ha. So si 7 factorial is equal to 7 times, kasunod ng 7, 6. Pababa lang po. Times 5, times 4, times 3, times 2, and lastly, times 1. So, i-multiply lang natin mula doon sa 7 hanggang makarating doon sa 1 na number. Okay, so gagawin na lang again natin. Multiply na lang natin yung lahat. So, we will have 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So, that is equal to, okay, so that is equal to again 5,040. Again, kapag sinabi natin factorial or kapag may katabi yung number na exclamation point, that is factorial. Ang ibig sabihin po, i-multiply nyo lang yung number mula sa kanya, pababa hanggang makarating kay 1. Okay? So, say for example, kung nakita nyo ay 10 factorial, di ibig sabihin, multiply lang kayo mula 10 times 9 times 8 and so on and so forth hanggang kay times 1. Okay? So, mamaya alamin natin yung sagot dyan sa 10 factorial. Okay, next example naman natin. For example, number 2, we have 2 factorial times 3 factorial. So, i-multiply daw natin si 2 factorial kay 3 factorial. So, never pong gagawin grade 10 ang gagawin 2 times 3. Ang ibibigay nyo sagot ay 6 factorial ha, hindi po ganoon. This is incorrect. Mali po yan. So, ang gagawin po natin, evaluate natin ano yung value ng 2 factorial. Then, ano yung value ng 3 factorial, then tsaka natin siya ipag-multiply. So, first, 2 factorial muna tayo. So, si 2 factorial ay equal saan? Diba, equal siya sa 2 times 1. Pabalik, diba? Next, times 3 factorial. 3 factorial is equal to 3 times 2 times 1. Understood? So, simplify natin. 2 factorial, 2 times 1, that is 2, times 3 factorial, 3 times 2 times 1 is 6. So, 2 times 6, so 2 factorial times 3 factorial is equal to 12. O, nakita nyo yung difference? Yung 2 factorial times 3 factorial daw ay equal sa 12. Kung ginawa nyo 2 times 3, so 6 factorial, di ba si 6 factorial ay 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And 6 factorial is equal to 720, di ba? Hindi sila magkapareha. So, ito ay mali. Ang tamang answer po is just 12. Okay? Okay, meron po bang easier way for us to determine or to solve yung factorial? Paano po ba siya gagamitin sa Calcu? Now, check your scientific calculators po. Look for this function. Other calculators po ay merong n factorial yung button. Yung iba naman po, ang nakalagay ay x factorial. Now, on my own calculator, nasa may bandang taas siya. So, ganito yung makikita nyo sa Calcu ha. Ito yung button. Normally ha, lagi nang magkakaparehas yan, iba-iba lang yung pwesto. Sa Calcu ko, yung nasa button mismo, ang nakalagay ay x raised to negative 1. Tapos nasa taas ng button na yon nakalagay si x factorial. So, since siya ay nasa taas, that means for you to access that function, ang una nyo munang pipindutin for Casio calculators, again, this is for Casio na brand ng calculators, you need to press first yung shift. After pressing shift, ang susunod nyo pipindutin ay yung button na sinabi ko na kanina, yung si x raised to negative 1 na ang nasa taas, kung ang nasa taas niya ay si x factorial ha. It doesn't matter kung ano yung nandito sa button. Ang tingnan nyo yung kung nasaan si x factorial. Kung si x factorial ay nasa taas, edi press shift. Okay? Para ma-access nyo yun. For example, paano nyo pipindutin yung kanina, yung 7 factorial. So, ang gagawin nyo muna, press 7 muna. Okay? Press 7. Then, kung nasa taas nga si factorial, di susunod na pipindutin ay si shift. Then, yung button kung saan nasa taas yung x factorial. Okay po? So, ang dapat nalalabas sa calcu nyo dyan ay ito, 7 factorial. Okay po? Again, no need to press shift ha kung yung x factorial ay ganito, nasa mismong button. Pero kung siya ay nasa taas, you need to press shift. Yung iba namang calculators, for example, sa Sharp, kung hindi ako nagkakamali, ay hindi shift yung nakalagay. Ang nakalagay sa kanila ay second F. That means second function. So, ganun pa rin, kung yung x factorial ay nasa taas, so, second function muna bago yung button kung ano man yung nandito. Kunwari, kung parehas naman na x raised to negative 1, the second f plus second f then yung button na yun, grade 10, hindi yung mga plus na nilalagay ko dito, hindi siya plus na icon na hindi nyo pipindutin yung plus. Okay? Yun po yung sinasabi ko na yun yung kasunod na button. Ha? So, kunwari, kung 3 factorial, kung sharp ang calculate nyo, di press 3 first. Arrow na nga lang gagawin ito. Then, press second F. Then, yung button kung nasaan yung x factorial or maybe n factorial. Okay po? Then press equals. So, ilalabas ang answer dyan ay 6. Dito ay yung kaninang answer natin. Okay po? So, kung merong tanong, grade 10, regarding sa calculator nyo, ganito ang gawin natin ha. Picturean nyo yung calculator nyo, yung mismong harap ng calculator. Dapat kita ko yung lahat ng buttons and even yung screen. Ha? Picturean nyo yung harap ng calculator nyo. Katulad ng pinagawa ko dati, pakisend po sa messenger. Okay po? Again, kung hindi nyo makita pa rin to sa calculator nyo or hindi alam kung paano hanapin, pakipicturean po yung harap ng calculator, pakisend po sa akin via messenger. So, I will reply po kapag nabasa ko yung message nyo. Okay? Wala naman akong seatwork na ibibigay after this one. Then, hindi po lahat ng calculator ay may factorial ha. Lalo yung mga single line display. Ano yung single line display na calculate? Diba normally, yung mga ibang scientific calculators ngayon, kapag nagtatype kayo, dito lumalabas yung sa taas. Diba sa taas lumalabas yung tinatype nyo. For example, 3 factorial. Pag nag-press kayo ng equals, dito lalabas yung sagot. So, ito yung tinatawag na dual line display. Pag single line display kasi, kung saan kayo nagtatype, doon din lalabas yung answer. So, merong mga ganong calculator na walang factorial. Pero nga, again, baka sakali pa rin tayo, baka meron dyan yung function na factorial. So, pakisend na lang po sa akin yung harap ng calcu. Or, kung di nyo naman kaya, kung wala talaga tayong pag-asa na magkaroon ng factorial, kung 7 factorial lang naman yan, edi pindutin nyo na lang isa-isa sa calcu. Edi press 7, then times 6, times 5, times 4, times 3, times 2, times 1, then press equals. Magkakaproblema lang naman tayo kapag kunwari, ang nakita nyo sa nasa ako nagsulat ako kung ang makikita niya for example sa activity ay 20 factorial. Kasi ang 20 factorial, that means mag-multiply kayo mula 20 hanggang kay 1. So that's 20 times 19 times 17 times 16 times 15 and so on and so forth hanggang makarating kay times 3 times 2 times 1. So medyo mahaba yun. Baka may makaligtaan kayong number kasi mahirap magbilang ng pabalik. Kawawa naman kayo kasi magkakamali na yun sa exam nyo. Okay po? Okay, let's move on with our third example. Okay, solve 8 factorial divided by 4 factorial. So, paano naman dito? Okay, grade 10. Kung si 8 factorial over 4 factorial ay isosolve nyo ng parang ganito, kunwari ang gagawin nyo 8 divided by 4, ang ibibigay nyo ay 2 factorial, so that is equal to 2 kasi diba 2 factorial ay 2 times 1 lang. Kung ito ang ibibigay nyo answer sa akin kasi ang gagawin nyo, i-divide nyo ang 8 sa 4 or ilo-lowest term nyo siya, again, ito po ay incorrect. Okay? Mali po yun. So, katulad kanina sa multiplication, simplify muna natin yung 8 factorial, solve natin si 4 factorial, then i-divide. Or, may isa pang way. Okay? So, gamitin natin yung dalawang way dun sa next slide. So, sabi sa atin, di ba, ang isa-solve natin ay si 8 factorial over 4 factorial. Okay? So, di ba tinuro na naman sa inyo paano pipindutin sa calcu? So, pwede nyong gawin na si 8 factorial ay ano yung sagot? Di ba si 8 factorial is 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So, that is equal to 40,320. 20. So that is again the value of 8 factorial over 4 factorial. 4 factorial is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So that is 24. Again, for the first method na ginawa ko, sinolve yung value ng 8 factorial, that is 40,320. Then, sinolve ko yung value ng 4 factorial na 24. So, after i-solve yung dalawang value, so 40,320 divided by 24 is equal to 1,000. Again, 40,320 divided by 24 is equal to 1,680. Okay, so yan yung first way. Now, for the second method po, okay, for the second method, di ba si 8 factorial over 4 factorial yung i-divide. So, pwede natin gawin, since multiplication yung process na involved, si 8 factorial is the same or is equal to 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 divided by 4 factorial, it is equal to 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So, that means, since multiplication naman yung involved na process sa both numerator and denominator, as fraction yan, so that is pwede tayong mag-cancel. Since merong 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 sa numerator, at may 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 sa denominator, so that means we can cancel that out. Yung buong yun, yung 4, 3, 2, 1, kasi parehas naman silang meron. Diba? So, since cancel out siya, so equal na lang yan sa 1. So, pwede natin i-disregard yan. So, ano na lang yung natira? So, we have 8 times 7 times 6. About 8 din yung sinulat ko. So, 8 times 7 times 6 times 5. So, 8 times 7 is 56. 56 times 6 is 336. And 336 times 5 is also equal with, or is also equal to 1,680. So, both answers natin ay parehas lang. So, pwedeng ganito, i-simplify nyo, 8 factorial, simplify nyo 4 factorial, then divide. Or pwedeng ganito, i-expand nyo siya, cancel out, then multiply ko ano yung natitira. Okay po? So, itong second method, magagamit nyo siya kunwari kung ang calculus nyo ay walang factorial. Kasi, wala kayong ibang gagawin, mag-multiply talaga ng ganito. Okay po? So, let's have the fourth example. So, we have 10 factorial over 11 minus 5 factorial. So, take note dito, grade 10. Diba sa example natin na to, enclose sa isang parenthesis yung denominator. Diba? At nasa labas yung factorial. That means, we need to simplify first yung nasa loob before gawin yung factorial notation or bago siya i-multiply. So, let's solve. O, dalawang method ulit. For the first method, ano yung given natin? 10 over 11 minus 5. So, for the first method, diba, 10 factorial over 11 minus 5 factorial. So, simplify muna natin. Ano yung 10 factorial? The problem dito na grade 10 ay lumalaki masyado yung numbers. So, 10 factorial is equal to 3 million. Again, 3 million. 10 factorial is 3,628,800. That is 10 factorial over. O, simplify muna natin yung nasa parenthesis. 11 minus 5 ay 6 factorial. So we will have 3,628,000 3,628,800, excuse me po, is divided by 6 factorial. Ano yung kaninang value ng 6 factorial? Diba si 6 factorial ay 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Or using your calculator, 6 factorial is equal to 720. So 3,628,800 divided by 720 is equal to 5,040. So this is our final answer. Or, kapag yung second method ang ginamit natin, yung kapag in-expand natin siya, medyo mahaba to. So, 10 factorial over 11 minus 5, 6 factorial. 6 factorial ay nanggaling dito. Kasi 11 minus 5 ay 6. Kaya 6 factorial na lang dito. So, expand natin yan. Si 10 factorial, mahaba ako na kasi mahaba-haba yung i-multiply, ay equal sa 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. O, sakto yung linya natin. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 over 6 factorial is equal to 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So, katulad kanina, simula 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 meron sa numerator. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 meron sa denominator. So, cancel out. Wala na lahat. Lahat yan. And equal na lang sa 1. So, we can disregard that kasi any number multiplied or divided sa 1 is a number itself. So, ang natira na lang grade 10 is yung 10 times 9 times 8 times 7. And that is equal to, or that is also equal to 5,040. So, our answers are the same. Okay po? Okay, down with the last example. So, solve 9 factorial over 11 minus 8 factorial times 2 factorial. Okay, so we have again 9 factorial over, look natin na 11 minus 8 factorial times 2 factorial. So, ang gagawin natin, simplify muna natin kung ano yung mga dapat i-simplify kasi ito, meron dito yung pwedeng i-simplify 11 minus 8. So, magiging 9 factorial over 11 minus 8 is equal to 3. So, this will be 3 factorial times 2 factorial. Again, saan po nanggaling si 3 factorial? Dito po, 11 minus 8 is 3, then yung factorial. Okay? Doon tayo sa first method. Ito na yung gamitin natin, na simplified na version. So, for the first method, 9 factorial muna tayo. So, 9 factorial is 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And that is equal to 362,880. Baka na dito 10 factorial ay 3 million. 9 factorial ay 362,880 divided by, ano yung 3 factorial? Diba 3 factorial ay 3 times 2 times 1, so that is 6 times 2 factorial, 2 times 1 is 2. So we will have 362,880 divided by 6 times 2 is 12. So 362,000 divided by 12 is equal to 30,240. Okay? Then for the second method, i-expand natin ang pagkahaba-haba uli. Si 9 factorial, ito, Ito tayo ha. Ito yung ginagamit ko na, yung simplified. Kasi 11 minus 8 ay 3. Kaya naging 3 factorial, 2 factorial sa ilalim. So 9 factorial is 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 over 3 factorial. So that is 3 times 2 times 1, then times 2 factorial, that is 2 times 1. So, ano yung pwede natin i-cancel out? So, since meron ditong 3, 2, 1, dito ay 3, 2, 1. So, ito na lang yung i-cancel out natin. Yung 3, 2, 1 sa taas at yung 3, 2, 1 na nauna. Now, sir, ba't naiwan yung 2 and 1 pa doon? Kasi wala na namang may 2 at may 1 pa nakapareha sa taas. Since itong 3, ito lang isang 3 ka-partner niya. Yung 2 na to, ito yung 2, then ito yung 1. So, ito lang yung maka-cancel out natin. Maiiwan pa rin yan. Okay po? Para hindi na lang kayo malito. Then, multiply natin. Ano yung natira sa taas? Diba, we have 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 over 2 times 1, 2. So, see 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 is equal to 60,480 divided by 2. So still, si 60,480 divided by 2 still is equal to 30,240. So we still have the same answer. Either first or yung second method ang gamitin. Okay po? Again, grade 10, if you have questions, use the discussion box after this video. Okay po? Or included do sa folder no sa araw na ito. Tomorrow na lang po yung activity, and that is, I think, the last activity na po for the whole school year. So again, congratulations grade 10 for making it till the end. Diba? Nakatapos na tayo ng isang school year. And and I hope that may natutunan naman kayo from my pre-recorded lessons. Okay po? So again, that's all for today, grade 10. That is lesson number 6, and that is about the factorial notation po. Thank you po, and God bless.